India Today's consulting editor Rajdeep Sardesai compares Prime Minister Narendra Modi's second Independence Day speech to his first address to the nation from the Red Fort last year, months after the BJP shot to power with a thumping majority.
In his August 15, 2014 speech, Prime Minister Narendra Modi seemed to be a T20 batsman. He was still under the euphoria of his major victory in the general elections, and it seemed almost like he could walk on water with heightened expectations, lots of promises. A year later, you sense that the Prime Minister now was trying to play the role of a test batsman, almost as if a Virender Sehwag now wants to become a Rahul Dravid. He was trying to temper expectations, and the hope of 2014 was now colliding with the realities of 2015. Even on one rank, one pension, the Prime Minister was making the point that you need to exercise due diligence before you make a major announcement. There were also repeated references to the poor of the country. Remember, in 2014, there was Make in India. Now he was talking of Startup India, but even there in the context of the poor and of the Dalits and the Adivasis. It's almost as if one eye is on the Bihar elections and the Prime Minister is conscious of the tag that has been bestowed on him at times by his critics of a suit boot ki sarkar, of a government that is too close to businessmen. This was a Prime Minister who was also talking of financial inclusion through the Jan Dhan Yojana, but this time more in the context of giving a report card. A year ago, it was promises. Now people are asking questions. People are asking whether delivery is matching those promises. And the Prime Minister was presenting a report card of sorts. On the corruption issue, you sensed anger, perhaps even frustration on the part of the Prime Minister that things are not moving fast enough. He claims that corruption can be conquered, that he's committed to targeting corruption and to bringing in this stringent black money legislation of his. Obviously, there will be cynics when it comes to the issue of corruption, but this is one calling card that the Prime Minister has. Remember, he said a year ago, "Na khaunga, na khane dunga." Since then, there have been major scandals, including the Vyapam scam, something that the Prime Minister chose, interestingly, not to refer to. He didn't even refer to the fact that he has had to deal with a log-jammed monsoon session of Parliament, which means that some of his economic agenda has to be postponed. At the end of the day, Narendra Modi is the consummate orator. He is always combative, and he's someone who can speak extempore. He certainly makes Independence Day speeches interesting. The question at the end of the day, though, is whether all the promises that a Prime Minister makes can be matched by delivery. As one critic of the Prime Minister said today, self-congratulation or too much self-congratulation is dangerous. It can be self-defeating. Narendra Modi, though, is clearly in for the long run. The one-day batsman is trying to mature into a test player. Can he succeed? The jury is out. Rajdeep Sardesai on the Prime Minister's speech, August 15, 2015.